Happy Friday night and welcome to an episode of Rob Loves Everything on the Park Adventurers Club. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. I've been in Japan. I don't know if you knew that or not. I've been in Japan for 2 weeks and I just came back last night, this morning. I don't know. It's a crazy amount of time. I don't know how much you know about Japan, but it's like 13 hours ahead of where I am now. So it's, I'm still getting used to my programming. But thank you guys for joining me tonight for this episode. We're going to be talking about a lot of the haul that I got from Tokyo. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We would love to have you. It's Park Adventurers Club. And then also give this video a like as it helps people to find us. So please join along in the chat. Thank you, my friends. Thank you to the pack. You guys are great. The Park Adventurers Club, I appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here on your Friday night and being interested in the garbage that I brought back from the other side of the world. I'll probably be breaking a lot of this content down into different stackable pieces so that you guys can catch up on some of the things that we did. We were there for, it was me and my family. We were there for, it was a 12-day trip altogether with travel. It's the longest vacation that I've taken in the entire time that I've been a grown-up, so to speak. And also, I didn't even have a passport when all this started, so I had to go get a passport so that I could go. So I haven't been out of the country in a long, long time. So never been to Japan, and it had always been a dream. I think most of us who are Disney fans have always wanted to go to Disneyland Tokyo. So I went to Disneyland Tokyo, Tokyo Disney Sea, and then we did the back half of our trip just going around Tokyo a little bit. So it was a thing that my son wanted to do when he graduated from college. A lot of you probably heard me say that before, but he wanted to go to Tokyo, and so we were going to take him and go as a family for his graduation. But he graduated in May of 2020, so he graduated from our couch. There was no traveling to Japan back then, so we decided we'll do a make good when my daughter graduated. And so when my daughter graduated, we were like, where do you want to go? She said Tokyo. So this was kind of a combination of us wanting to go and be as a family and celebrate the two of them, and also get Dad into Tokyo Disney. I think a lot of people are are assuming anytime I go on vacation, like many of you, where are you going? You're probably going to Disney. So it was funny talking to people like my brother who travels a lot, and he found out I was going to Japan. He was like, "You're going from like 0 to 60. This is the advanced level of travel that you're doing, and you're going from Epcot to Japan. This is too much." But I think we did a good job. I think we hung in there. So again, tonight what I'm going to talk about is a lot of the haul that we got. And there were a lot of jokes about in the chat I saw earlier about like shipping containers, and I wish I had the picture like handy, but I took a picture. We actually had to hire a transfer back to the airport because between the four of us, we had 9 suitcases. We did the whole trick where you take the big suitcase and you put the little one in it. And so we had to pack tight for Japan and then ship it over. But I was able to like do the Russian nesting dolls thing and take a little one and put it in a slightly bigger one into a slightly bigger one. So we left with 4 suitcases and we came back with 9. It was like magic. But my son also grabbed a bunch of stuff while he was there. He bought a lot of stuff from the Pokemon store and from the Nintendo store. So already have a super chat. Thank you so much, Jungle Cruiser. Welcome back, Rob. Getting ready for my 39th weekend at Disneyland. That's awesome, man. We'll be going to Tokyo Disneyland in 2026. That's awesome. Hopefully for 2 weeks. Do you have a travel partner need to plan this epic trip? Now, I am going to do a video because, again, I saw Desi was in the chat here, and I kind of tapped all of my friends who had been to Tokyo and said, "Hey, have you been? What do I need to do? What do I need to know?" And so I got a lot of advice headed up to it. So I want to encapsulate all that and share it with everybody here too. So let me go into to say that I'm going to start with all of the stuff that I got from Disneyland and Tokyo Disneyland, and then the stuff from Tokyo Disney Sea, probably, or mix those together, and then some of the other stuff I got from Tokyo. But again, thank you, Jungle Cruiser, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let me start by, let's see, there's a lot. So let me start with clothes, because here's the interesting thing: is I didn't have a lot of clothes. They didn't have a lot of clothes options. I felt like, when you go to Japan. And this may be something that other people already knew, but when you go to Tokyo, the the merch is very different there. They don't have the massive amount of pins that we do. They don't have magic bands because they're not on that system, and they also have limited, I felt like, amounts of clothing that are there for purchase. But they have a lot of things that we actually had to look up because we didn't understand what they were, like lint rollers or they have ear cleaners, like little scoops. My daughter, one of the things that she got as her souvenir was Winnie the Pooh nail clippers. Like, it was the weirdest thing. So there was one sweatshirt that I bought, and it was this one. And so it's this Tokyo Disney Resort where dreams come true, and they did. It's got all the characters on there. We got the Chip and Dale and Daisy on there along with the Fab Five. And then the back of it is broken down because this was from Disney Sea. So we have the Mediterranean Harbor, American Waterfront, Port Discovery, Lost River Delta, Mysterious Island, Mermaid Lagoon, Arabian Coast, and Fantasy Springs are all on there. So that's kind of fun. Sorry, I didn't know if it was my my camera or my or me. I just looked a little blurry, so hopefully that's okay. Anyway, like I said, this is the sweatshirt that I got. It's a hoodie. Love it. Very excited about that one. That's really the only piece of clothing that I bought for me, but my wife went a little bit more nuts on things. Fantasy Springs was a big deal for us over at Tokyo Disney Sea. I mean, it's a big deal for everybody, but she bought this Peter Pan Neverland adventure. That was actually her favorite attraction over there. I feel like I haven't seen too much in the way of footage of that one because it's a 3D ride, and it's more like the Spider-Man ride at Universal, where you're in a boat, and then the sides are up so you can't really see around you, and you see some physical sets and some screens. So she loved this attraction. We went back and rode this one a second time, and you can see the Peter Pan Neverland Adventure on the back. There were 3 of these. She didn't like the fact that it didn't say Tokyo on it, but I mean, this is the only place that you can ride this attraction. The front is actually stitched. I don't know if you can see that. Also, the tag is a medium large. On this sweatshirt that I got an extra large, but it wasn't labeled as extra large. It was labeled, I just find this interesting, and I hope you do too. It was labeled LL instead of extra large. So maybe like la large. But anyway, so they had several of these Peter Pan T-shirts. This one has the Lost Boys on the back, but they had one with the kids on it, and I think one with Peter on the back too. And then she bought she bought this hat, which is so funny and so not like her. This hat is kind of crazy. So are we better? It says you're still blurry. All right, let me fix this. Sorry guys. Again, just fresh off the plane. Hang on. All right, I think I got this worked out. Sorry about that. Again, like I said, it's my first time. Rob cam is blurry. Merch cam looks good. Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Are we good? Just let me know in the chat if we're good now. So, and thanks for the super chat for that. But I think we're good now, yeah? What did Jay Ware say that we said true? True Jay Ware. Anyway, a little bit behind, but you guys tell me if we're all set now. I feel like we are. I feel like we're good. So like I said, this is the hat from Peter Pan, and you could get them from the different Lost Boys, but this was the one that she liked the most. It's got a little tail on the back and a little shadow of the fella right there. So there you go. And then this one. This Tokyo Disney Resort. So this is one that she got, and love this one. This one's very cool. It's this top part here is stitched. I'll roll it out like this, and again it says "Where Dreams Come True." Right there. Nothing on the back, but yeah. So she bought a little bit more than I did on that one. This one, again, first of all, know this. I am not bilingual, and so I love that anybody can speak more than one language. I certainly did learn a little bit, just enough to say arigato gozaimasu. That was it, other than konnichiwa. And then my son that was with us had studied Japanese for a little while, and also is very into anime and watching things dubbed so that he can, or subbed so that he can learn a little bit. So I appreciate the fact that anybody knows another language. So I'm never going to make fun of somebody with another language, but awesome day with my pals. It reminds me of a lot of things that are like happy this, because the translation is a little bit weird. But this is awesome day with my pals shirt. This says, never had so much fun smiling from ear to ear. Again, this is a very cool one. And it has a little Tokyo Disney Resort badge here, or tag here at the top. And then also says Tokyo Disney Resort. Let's go, Tokyo Disney Resort. I wish this had been a shirt, like in the front. This is just a little bit on the back. But, yeah. So there's that. And then the final one was she got the same shirt, t-shirt version of the thing that I got, which was this Dreams Come True. But hers is in a cream color, as opposed to the one that I got was in black. So that's all really from clothes. So we had the hat and the sweatshirt and the two sweatshirts and the three t-shirts. So again, pretty cool stuff, I feel like. So yeah, you guys are looking at the tags and doing the math. That was what, 32,000 yen. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So let me move on to this, which is this is a dangerous place for me to be, folks. It really is. On the menus, they give you the opportunity from mobile order, at least, to buy an additional thing. So we have souvenir stuff at Disneyland and Disney World. In this case, they will like just tag on the most randomest things. Okay, so we have popcorn buckets and sippers, and sometimes straw clips, and sometimes glow cubes. And I feel like that's mostly it that you're going to get. So in this particular case, there always was like a little add-on. And so without necessarily telling the missus I was doing it, I would be like, oh, whoops, how did this get here? Because if you're doing mobile order and you see it, I'm like, why wouldn't I do this? So they had some unique things. But here, let me show you. And again, when we were there this time, one of the reasons we went now, and again, I saw Desi was in the chat here. I got the Mickey sunglasses. I were told they were only available in Tokyo, and now they're here. You know, it's funny. Yeah, the Mickey sunglasses with the circle and then the two circles above each one. My son had forgotten his sunglasses, and he didn't want to get those, but then he ended up getting them so that he could have some. And as soon as he bought them, we went into like the Pirates shop, and they had just regular sunglasses. So let me get back to we were going to Tokyo, and I talked to Desi and a bunch of other people about when to go, and Desi said, don't go in the summer, it's hot, and she's from Florida, so I'm like, or she lives in Florida, so it's like, if somebody from Florida says it's hot, then it's probably super hot. I should probably not go. So we planned it for the fall, but also I liked the idea that it was around Halloween, because I had heard big things about Halloween, and also, like, you know, there's an overlay for the Haunted Mansion Holiday that is there. So I love that attraction at Disneyland. So we got to do that. But when you buy these little things off of the menu that I was talking about, they give you this paper to store it in, or pack it in, because they know you're going to take it with you and they want you to keep it safe. Crazy cool that they would do that. I mean, they know who they're selling to. They know that we are all crazy. But in this particular case, this was a little mug that was part of a dessert, and it said, oh, you can get the souvenir mug with that. I mean, that's kind of awesome, right? It's got the Mickey ghost, which I saw in many different places, holding the churro or with bows and all that. And it's just this little mug. It's not normal, like, U.S. size mug. It's a smaller mug. But it says Disney Halloween 2025 Tokyo Disney Resort on it. And it was cool. And it was, again, it came with the dessert, but you buy the dessert separately, and then they would give you the mug and then give you this to wrap it up in. So I'm like, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool that they would do that, right? So, yeah. So there's that. This is one of many of these food service items that were not popcorn buckets or sippers that I purchased. So there's that one. These bags, like, these are supposed to be lunch bags. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this bag. I don't know, but it was cute, and it says Spooky Ghost Night. This is what I was talking about the. I don't know that translates well, but anyway, it's in Spooky Ghost Night. It's cute, right? And I guess it's supposed to be a lunch bag if I was taking my lunch somewhere I could, but then I'd be putting something in it, and that's not really something that I usually do. The first one of those that I got was actually this one, which was from Fantasy Springs, and it's Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, which was one of the attractions there. Level at your way to the world of your dreams, Tokyo Disney Sea. Again, it says Tokyo Disney Sea on it. Same kind of a thing. It's like a lunch bag thing. I had to. You know, I just had to get that. That was kind of fun. I ordered if you guys are familiar with the little green alien mochi that they have in the parks, which I'm sure most of you are. They list them as dumplings, but they were like they're mochi. There's an orange, a strawberry, a chocolate, and a vanilla one in each one. So they give you like a 3-pack. I'm looking really frantically to see if I can pull this up really quick, what the actual what they actually look like. Doesn't look like I took a close-up picture of it. But here is a picture of the meal we got. So when we got there the first day, we left here in North Carolina at 7 a.m. We flew out to go to Dallas, and then flew from Dallas for 13 and a half hours to Tokyo. That flight's a beating. So when we got to Japan, it was actually like 5 o'clock in the evening, and you can buy an after 5 ticket to the parks. And I thought, well, let me just go into the park. I know everybody's going to be exhausted and cranky, but let's just go into the park to get dinner. We're going to have to eat dinner anyway, kind of get the lay of the land, figure out how to get on the monorail, figure out, what's around. So we did end up going into the park. And so this was the dinner that we ordered, and you can see the little green aliens in there, and they're just in this little cup. So here's the cup, because again, never leave a good food service item. Let's see, where are we at? There we go. Never leave a good food service item behind. So we ate that out of there. But then they sell you this other container, which is sealed up. So I actually haven't opened this yet. So let's just do it. Let's just open it up. It's not going to do me any good in the bag. But this was the container for it, but you didn't need to buy it in this container. So it's got the little green alien on top. When they first started selling these, I think you guys may have seen it too, is they had like a claw machine that would come down for these, and they had them in that. Now they sell this little container separately. It's got like silhouettes and stars on the side. It's a neat little container. And again, it was on the menu, and it was like, hey, do you want to add that? I was like, yes, I do want to add that. So we added that. Rob, tell us how wondrous Big Pop is. I've only seen it on the Tokyo app. Oh, we're getting there, my friend. We're getting there. I'll do that. I'll do the popcorn buckets next. This wasn't even this was just a thing that came at, in the Snuggly Duckling, right next to Rapunzel's ride. This was there was a dessert in it, and we bought it, and this is it's just like a almost a disposable plastic. But I mean, that's too cool. That's too cool not to keep, right? I mean, I had to keep that. So there's that, but that didn't count. However, from that same restaurant came this dish for the Lantern Festival. So I got the bag and the dish from the Lantern Festival, and again, they give you little pieces of paper to wrap it in, and I was just, oh, that's really sweet. I got this was part of a dessert as well. So it's this little Halloween, and again, it has Halloween 2025 on it. It's so cool. So the attention to detail is awesome on that kind of stuff. Here's another cup that I got at the Queen of Hearts Royal Banquet Hall, which was one of our favorite meals. It's in Fantasyland. It's in the back of Fantasyland. It's cafeteria style, and we went in there and ordered, and it has like the little heart handle. Again, it's not the mug size that we're aware of here, but it's just such a cool little thing, and it says Tokyo Disneyland at the bottom, which was, again, had a dessert in it. And so the dessert, it was so smart, it was in a cup inside of this, so we just pulled the cup out, ate the dessert, didn't have to clean this out. It's like they knew who we were. Here's another little plate from the same place. Also, it was part of a dessert. So we got 4 desserts from there and just decided to share them all. This one was a little odd. This one came from the ice cream shop on their main street. This one, it is a jellies holder, or a gummies holder is what it was. And so it has a little place on the side here where you can put what they call gummies, but the gummies were actually these basically jelly beans. So it says gummy candies, but they're jelly beans. There's no way I'm putting those in there. I didn't eat these because I wanted to share with you guys what that looked like. Yeah. So the little food souvenir items. I saw that Ronald is like, that's neat, the little food. I I went nuts. I went nuts because I'm like, oh, I can just go on mobile order. Usually at Disney World, I have to hunt down a mobile order. Like, what do they have? They have sippers now. Galactic Grill, obviously, at Disneyland has a lot of that kind of stuff. So this was kind of funny. So like I said, we had a good meal at Queen of Hearts. It was a cafeteria style. So they had trays, and all of the trays are themed. Like you can see in this one right here, this food picture that I have from Plasma Rays, which is like cosmic rays. You can see Plasma Rays is written on that on the tray. Is specifically themed to that restaurant. So I loved the fact that all of them were themed, and the Queen of Hearts banquet hall was no different. And when we got to the register, the woman held up like a souvenir tray, and my wife said, "Oh no, we don't want that." I was like, "Yeah, we do." So here it is. And again, it's a miniature version. I love this. I don't know why. I love this. It's a miniature version of the tray from the Queen of Hearts banquet hall. I can do, it's like the home set. I can carry this around at my house, and it's about half the size of what the original one was. And once I saw this, I thought, do they have this at every restaurant? Because if they do, yes, I want this. This is awesome. Right? Yeah, that's cool, right? So got that. So I think that's the extent of the food items, but that's a lot. So we got the tray and 3 plates and this little thing and 2 cups and no regrets. No regrets. So let's get to the popcorn buckets. Is it too early to get to the popcorn buckets? Let's do the popcorn buckets. So the popcorn buckets are like a science unto themselves. It is crazy. If you go to the Tokyo Disney website and you look for the popcorn buckets, let me pull this up. And again, if you guys have questions, just hit me up in the chat. That's why we do this live. They have a page on their app and on the website that is that is popcorn, and then it says Tokyo Disneyland or Tokyo Disney Sea. And so when you go to Tokyo Disney Sea, and it shows you where all the popcorn bucket stands are, and then you can go by design or by flavor. We only had a few flavors when we were there because I was very much about the design and not about the flavor. But so they have tongs, and they have this bag, and then they have like different buckets that you can see, and it tells you where they have it and then what flavors they have there. So again, that was really cool that they had that. But at Disney Land Park, Tokyo Disneyland Park, they actually have a place called Big Pop. And let me see if I can pull up a picture that I took of Big Pop. I jokingly said on Twitter today, or maybe not jokingly, that you could just call me Big Pop from now on. Because I don't know, it just seemed funny. So Big Pop is a shop that is just popcorn and popcorn buckets. They have 3 different flavors of popcorn. So here's well, let me get a better picture of this. So here's me at Big Pop. But it's right next to the Baymax Happy Ride, or the Happy Ride with Baymax, and you can see kind of in the window there that they have, back there, you can walk in and you queue up and you buy popcorn buckets, and you tell them which bucket, and then they will fill it. So here, my friend Jungle Cruiser, who is also a plastic addict, here's what the shelves behind them look like, and you can see all the popcorn buckets lined up, and they tell you how much they are. And when I went, the one that I really wanted was, and you can't see it quite in that picture, is this one that's the it's Chip and Dale in a basket. Now Disney World had one of these. It was, or actually Disneyland, maybe it was an Easter basket, and it had Chip and Dale in it, but it wasn't this detailed. This one's really more of a harvest one. And this was the only one that I was going to get because, as you guys know, I have a popcorn bucket problem. My wife emphasizes the amount of space that we have is not large in our house. So here is this popcorn bucket. It's just gorgeous, the design of it. and comparing it to the other one, the one that Disney World had or Disneyland had that had Chip and Dale on, the details nowhere near the same. So it opens up, and again, my wife often jokes about how when you have these, often you can't fit popcorn in it. This one clearly would fit popcorn. This is crazy though. It has this track on the inside so that you can take this and put it down by the side. Like this is engineering right here. I mean, this is crazy amounts of engineering on this one because of it's functional beyond function. So this goes up like that. It comes down like that. And then again, so you can see some of the detail here. It's Chip and Dale, very, very detailed Chip and Dale. And they're putting blueberry sauce on top of a Donald peanut to make his hat. And then it's just, here's the strap, and it says almost ready, quack, quack. And you can see it's for fall. And I just, as soon as I saw that one, I was like, yeah, they do have, they don't have the roast beef popcorn at this shop. So Big Pop only had 3 flavors. There was like a strawberry vanilla, a salted caramel, not a regular caramel, but a salted caramel, and then I think just a cheese were the 3 that they had at Big Pop. So this bucket was the one that I knew going in that I wanted to have. Definitely was like, if I'm limited to one, this is the one. The apple's on the top, and it has one like acorn that's a little bit green still, and then that one is actually pictured on the strap right here. So it was really cool. I was very happy to get that one. It's a good size bucket. However, I should have stopped there and I didn't. Because the Monsters Ride and Go Seek attraction is there. Jungle Cruiser super chat again. My God, it is amazing, stupendous, and slice of heaven. It is a field of dreams for plastic craze fans. It really is, man. I know it's stupid. And yet at the same time, it's like you're going to a place where people just kind of get it and embrace it. Again, looking at this wall of them, I wanted them all. Like even the ones that were the pouches, I'm not really into that. The drums of them, I think, were interesting. I sort of wanted the Neverland one and the Beauty and the Beast one that you see at the top here. And then they don't even have the Duffy ones in here, but they have like the Winnie the Pooh one. The Winnie the Pooh cart had honey popcorn. Honey flavored popcorn. That was great. So again, thank you, Jungle Cruiser. I appreciate the super chat and the support to help fund this mania. So this is the Monsters Ride and Go Seek. They did this one, which I had seen online before, and again, it's a smart popcorn bucket because it looks so cool, and a lot of people were carrying them around as like purses or whatever. Has Boo on the top. Her mask comes up and down. There's a door here, and the door is what leads you into the popcorn. And then it's got a canister on the back, and then all the little doors on the front are very cool. I don't think they open. That would be an extra layer of amazing if they did, but they don't open. There's a door on the side here. Does this one open? This one looks like it opens. Yeah. So this one on the side opens, and it's got Mike and Sully inside. Like, what the heck? Come on, Disneyland, Disney World. What the heck? This is a beautiful popcorn bucket. I just, and on top of that, they do this kind of thing. You can see there's Randall is on the strap, like a plastic Randall is on the strap, and then like I said, Boo's hat. What this is a toy and a purse and a popcorn bucket all rolled into one. Here's the other side where you can see into Boo's room. And yes, on top of all that, it even holds popcorn. Ronald says they understand us over there. Cool. They really do. Like, did they make us this crazy, or did we make them this crazy about this? I don't know. But it even says on the Tokyo Disney Resort at the top, and it has this like padded area. What? I mean, come on. So how could I not get that one? So I did want the Chippendale one, but like this one was crazy, and I was just like, I have to have this one too. It is bananas cool. The front doors open, Jungle Cruiser? Oh yeah, they do. Let's see, they're here. So here's one right here, and you can see, you would be able to look in and see the popcorn inside there. And then this one looks like this one on the other side opens. Not all of them open, but this one, and it's one of the little CDA folks. And then this one at the top looks like it opens. This is Celia, and this one. I barely, now that I'm holding it this way, I can see the hinges from it. And again, that one looks in on the popcorn. Worth it. This one is awesome. Love this one. This one's great. I'm not even a ginormous Monsters Inc. fan, but how could you not get that one? That one's pretty cool. Now, there was another one that I didn't get for me, but our friend Jungle Cruiser was like, can you hook me up? And I was like, I will do my best. I thought I was going to be super strapped for suitcase and space, and we were, but I wanted to do something. And so I got Jungle Cruiser seeing this for the first time. So the Toy Story popcorn bucket, which, again, amazing size. Like, this is a very cool size. It's got a 3D... like Buzz and Woody coming off the front. It's got a little marble game on the top with the Pixar ball. It's got and on the side here, and I haven't removed the tape because I'm gonna leave this one intact. It's got a slide game, one of those old slide games on the side, so that you can play a game on the side there, and then you can see a little bit inside here where the popcorn is, and on the top. Being very careful here. I know this opens because I've opened it. Okay, so you can see here. There's the game with the little Pixar ball inside on it, and then it opens up, and that's just a really good size for that. And then it's got the tag still, and I kept the tag really nice for you. Like, that one's good here. It's got a lot of, it's like got instructions on it about what it does, and then on the side. It has the little green army man climbing up the strap. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy cool. Like, wow. So this one's going to Jungle Cruiser. I did not get one of these for me, but I told my wife, I said, hey, so if Jungle Cruiser says they don't want this one after all, can I hold on to it? And she's like, nah, that one's going to Jungle Cruiser. The other thing that Jungle Cruiser asked for, and I did get a pair of these for me, and they were very tight on these, by the way, is the, oh, so happy right now. Yeah. I am so glad. I'm so glad. Jungle Cruiser, you've been a good friend, so. I got two of these, so I'll leave this other for Jungle Cruiser is in the plastic. But these are the tongs that you get for eating popcorn, and so they were very stingy about these because I tried to buy 2 sets with the first bucket I bought, and they said you can only get 1 set per bucket. So then we bought the second bucket. But like, it has little Mickey hands, and so you can reach into the bucket and pull out your popcorn and eat it. And I did see little kids doing that, but they were like putting the whole thing in their mouth. And my wife's like, how is that more sanitary? It reminds me of She-Hulk, where they're eating the Cheetos with the chopsticks. But it has on it this little chain that has like a little Mickey popcorn kernel on it. And it has a little pouch on it that says Tokyo Disney Resort. It's got Mickey and Minnie and the crew on it, and it just slides right back in here. And yeah, that's so. They sold these anywhere that they sold popcorn buckets. They sold these. Also, again, I don't speak another language, but they are very good about being full of customer service. And so when I would say we don't want the popcorn in the bucket, they actually would ask for it. They'd say, okay, to put popcorn in. I'd go, no, don't do that. We don't want the popcorn in the bucket because we're weird. And they were like, okay, all right, we don't, not inside. And I'm like, nope, not inside. So we're very clear about that. I was always afraid someone wasn't going to understand, but again, they always did. So Jungle Cruiser has that popcorn bucket, and those tongs come in. I got a pair of the tongs for me and those 2 popcorn buckets, and stopped there. No, I didn't. I got one more. I got one more because I could not get this one because I had seen this one before, and the fact that they still had it was exciting. Now, my wife has the Small World popcorn bucket. Our friend of Spencer, it was the only thing I ever asked him to get me from Japan, and it was for a gift for her for Christmas, and we got the Small World one, and they still have that one. There were a lot of popcorn buckets I saw around that they don't make anymore, like the film reel one that was for Toy Story, or the teacups from Alice in Wonderland. They're stacked up, and there was a Baymax one, and there was those things that they didn't have here, but they have a large variety of them, and I think the Small World one they keep around. The Winnie the Pooh one was cool with a punny pot. I thought that one might be cool, but the one that I ended up getting was this one. So this one it's like a candy popcorn bucket, and it looks like a Sugar Rush situation. It's not, because it has Mickey and Minnie on it, but it's just basically, I think, supposed to be like, candy, sort of a car. The top of it looks like a wafer, and you open it up this way to the side, and you can put the popcorn in it, and then when you have the popcorn in it, you can actually see it inside, and it does not seem to roll, but it has wheels. But it just looked so cool. I couldn't not get this one. I guess I could have not, but it does say right here, Tokyo Disney Resort on this, what's like a cookie, has the donut wheels, and the back it says Poppin' Fun. Has the tag on it. So yeah, I got that one too. So I ended up, and I didn't buy them all on the same day. I mean, this one, I think this one. Yeah, this one and the Toy Story one we got the last night, once we knew that we were going to still be able to make room for it in our suitcase. But yeah, I feel like I was pretty under control, as many as there were there, to only get 3, knowing that I was traveling halfway around the world where they have the world's coolest popcorn buckets. So y'all let me know which ones you think are the coolest out of all of those. I think the Monsters one has got to be the coolest one, even though wasn't the original one that I was planning on getting. It was still cool, and again, big pop. We need a big pop in Disney World for them to have all of those things in there too. Let me see if I can roll through this and find a better shot of Big Pop. I think I took a video of Big Pop, if you guys would want to see that. So here's a video inside of Big Pop. There's the popcorn buckets that are available, and they're right there in the queue, so you can see them from the front, and then you can see them again from the back, and they show you how much they are and which ones they have, and then you can see in the back there where they have them on the shelves, and then they have the 3 flavors on those signs up there. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's the popcorn bucket situation, and no regrets there. I mean, I definitely had to have some popcorn buckets from going there. Let's talk about some other souvenirs from Tokyo Disney that were out there. Let me find the right bucket. And big shout out to my wife for organizing this stuff into buckets for me. That was pretty cool. Gachapon machines. So gotcha. I felt like they were gotchas because they had these in the Disney parks. So again, the Disney parks were the first one we went into before we went into everywhere else. And they had a machine that had 5 different ones, and one of them was Shandu. And if you guys know anything about Shandu, that's a character that was made for the Sinbad attraction there. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. I need to have I want something Shandu, and they don't really make anything Shandu. I know that there's some people who have like little stuffed animals. I didn't see anything like that. But what I did see was they had a gachapon machine that had Shandu in it, and the capsules were cool because they say Tokyo Disney Resort. So most of the capsules, a lot of times they'll have recycle bins right next to the capsule machines, so you can take your prize and throw the capsule into the recycle bin. But with these saying Tokyo Disney Resort on it, it looked pretty cool. This was 500 yen for these. So like $3 or so. And so I wanted to get one that had Shandu in it. This one ended up being, that you can see on the top, it's Dumbo. There were 5 in the series. And so they had these machines in a couple places. But after dropping like 20,000 yen on these, we finally got the one with the Shandu in it, and I was very excited about that. So here's the little fella. If you've ridden the ride, you know how amazingly cute he is. So yeah, there's the guy. He's in the bananas. It's a little keychain thing. It's adorable. I love it. I don't know if it says what the other ones were in this series. It does say. All right, so the other ones in the series were the Dumbo. There was a little lighthouse from Disney Sea. There's the Baymax, and then Shandu. So there were only 4 in this collection. But we put in so much money and finally ended up getting the Shandu. So I was very excited about that one. And again, we spent, I think, between us like 20,000 yen to get to that point. It has a little thing in the inside where you can, I could put this in and hang it up in ball or in the capsule. But there was that one. Also, the day that we were there at Tokyo Disney Sea, there was a show there that they were advertising all over the place called Mickey's Big Band Beat. People were dressed in the costume for Mickey's Big Band Beat, and we're like, why are there so many crazed people about Mickey's Big Band Beat? And it was the last day of the show, and we missed it because it was already like booked, sold out, so we weren't able to get to it. I kept thinking, we'll just get that the next time. And our very first day was the last day of Mickey's Big Band Beat. So I did actually also got, I don't know if you can see him in there, but it's Mickey playing the drums on that gacha. So that was pretty cool to get. This was the first one. Like my son was, I gave him the yen. He went over, he put it in the machine, got it on the first try. So that one we didn't have to do much with. But I think we ended up for these getting 2 Dumbos, like 1 Baymax that I think he kept, and a lighthouse. So there was all that. So Gashapon, great souvenir to have. This was really cool too. And again, if you've been there, if you've been there, you know about this. These are these little die-cast vehicles, and so they had them for the Fantasy Springs attractions. I haven't actually opened this up, but I think I need to open this up. So let me see. These are made by Tomy. They are 1,700 yen each, and let me see. Hang tight with me while I get into this. I should have had some scissors with me to do this, but so I won't open all of these, but I'll open one of them just so you guys can see it. But they're just like Hot Wheels, but it's with Disney parks attractions, and they had them for a ton of rides and things. So this one was for the Rapunzel Lantern Festival, which we loved that attraction. So here's the vehicle. Looks like the little boat. It's actually on wheels, so it floats. It goes through. It's bigger than I think a traditional Matchbox car would be, but they were from, as I said, they're from Tomy. They sold them, I think, for most of the attractions that were there, and so I just got them because again, 1,700 yen is not nothing. So I got them for all the attractions that I wanted to get them from. So I got them for Rapunzel. There's that one. I got for the Peter Pan, and this one is from the boats at Disney Tokyo Sea, and here's one from the Tinkerbell attraction, And I know I said I didn't get them all, but it looks like I did. This is from the Frozen attraction. This is from the Monsters Ride and Go Seek attraction, which is actually 2 cars put together. So this one was 2,300 yen. This one was from the Beauty and the Beast attraction, which, oh man, that ride. Again, I'm going to do a video talking about each of the parks, but that ride was amazing. And then here's one for the monorail. Now, I also bought one that is not really, I never really saw anything like this, but this one is the monorail, but it says my first visit because it was my first visit. And I was like, I should have that. Let me get that. So those are all those vehicles. It's a very cool little collector's item. And so, like, if I go back, which I'm, maybe hopefully one day will, I can, try to add to this. They had them for the 20,000 Leagues vehicle. They had them for the Aquatopia vehicles. I didn't get those. I wish I had gotten those because both of those were neat attractions to get. So that was a cool souvenir to get that I love that when they do stuff that is like the ride vehicles and such. Here's 2 more of the. Here's this is the Baymax one from that same machine, and this is the Lighthouse. So I have a complete set of these, but I was not trying to get a complete set. I was trying to get Shandu. Like I mentioned before, they do have pins, but they don't have a ton of them. I did get this one from Fantasy Springs. There's this little thing hanging off the side here. Fantasy Springs was amazing. I have always said that the Cars Land is my favorite land of any Disney park I'd ever been to. But, now that I've visited 4 different resorts, Disneyland in California, Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris back in the day, and Tokyo Disney, I would say that my favorite land, hands down, has to be Fantasy Springs because it's got the Frozen area with the Frozen restaurant and the little village from Arendelle and the ride. And then you've got all the rock work that's amazing. And you've got the Pixie Hollow attraction, which very much reminds me of the Heimlich's Choo Choo Train. And then you've got the Neverland, Peter Pan's Neverland, and they've got the pirate ship there for Captain Hook. And then the Rapunzel area with the Snuggly Duckling. Hands down. I mean, the best. It's so good. I could spend hours in there. So anyway, I got the Fantasy Springs pin, this Winnie the Pooh's Honey Hunt, because that's like the GOAT when it comes to the track list. I got this one from Tower of Terror, because if you know about Shiriki Utundu, who is the kind of the little mischievous cause of the Tower of Terror there. It's not the same storyline. Harrison Hightower picks up this tiki, and it is angered, and it's a little mischievous, and it wreaks havoc on the elevators. I wanted to get that because he was on that, and it was my first time riding that one. Here's one that was for Halloween 2025, and then I said there weren't many, but I feel like I ended up getting a good amount, but they weren't all in the park. A couple of them were at my hotel. This one was for Enchanted Tales of Beauty and the Beast because that was one of my favorite attractions this time around. Ride and Go Seek. And then Splash Mountain. There's actually a Splash Mountain pin, so I figured I would get that. I did get to ride Splash Mountain while I was there. So that's the extent of the pins, except I was able to find this Shandu at my hotel, and so this was the only other Shandu thing that I was able to get. So, hey, Fire Chief, how are you? Desi says, yes, that's the one I got too. You got what? What did you get? You can tell me, like one of these pins or something. I did get a blind pack. So they did have a blind pack. This says a Tokyo Disney Resort pin collection. And so I swear when I rolled up in here, I thought I had scissors. But on the back here, it shows different things. There's an It's a Small World clock. There's a Shandu and bananas. There's some Mickey ice cream bars, a Dumbo of Country Bears. So I'm going to go ahead and open this if I can. And then we'll see what we got. Okay, so it's in a box. That's kind of cool. Not the little black bags that we're used to seeing. Dumbo again. You know what? That's fine. It's classic, but that's not the one that I was hoping to get. This one looks like it may be Winnie the Pooh. Oh no, these are the popsicles. So this is the ice cream from the Mickey shaped ice cream that they had. They didn't have the regular premium bar. They had this like kind of like the fruit bars, but they weren't strawberry. They were something else. So not the two that I was hoping for. I was hoping for maybe the Small World or the Country Bears, and then the Shandu. So maybe I will have to go back and get another chaser pack of that. All right, so I also got a couple keychains. This one, again, Jungle Cruiser, if you're still out there. Pirates in Shanghai has 2 endings. Okay, this one is a popcorn bucket, like they did this Steamboat Willie popcorn bucket back in the day. And as you know, Disney World did and Disneyland did the popcorn buckets that were the small Christmas ornaments. This was a keychain that had popcorn on it here, and then it had the popcorn bucket, but it also opens up the way that the real popcorn bucket does, the same way. It has the little spinning wheel, has Mickey on the front. I wish they had this bucket there, because this was, I think, one of the first Tokyo Disney popcorn buckets that I was like, wait a minute, they do better things than we do. I should have that. So, but yeah, they had a couple of different ones of these. This is the one I got. None were for the one that I already had. And then I got this Shiriki right here that if you push down on him, let's see, his eyes glow green. So again, how could I not do that one? They have a lot of keychains, but they also have a lot of like badges or bag tags that they do there too, which of course I got a few of those as well. So one of the other things I got, which is ridiculous, but my son talked me into it, is that they had Country Bears Scotch tape. It's just, I think it's maybe a ribbon. It's actually a ribbon. No, it's Scotch tape. It's like stickers. But it's Country Bears, and it says Tokyo Disneyland, and so that's fun. So he talked me into getting that one, and I got that one. Other things that I got there, so Shiriki, here's more of, this is more of like a kind of a lanyard situation, I guess, or for keys. You can see that he's like a stuffy. If they'd had like a stuffed animal of this one, they have a lot of original characters now that I'm thinking about it. They have Shiriki, and they have Shandu, and they have a snake, which I can't remember what his name is, in the Aladdin attraction. So it's pretty cute. But then also they do Duffy. So my wife and I both got a Duffy, because Duffy is the OG kind of this little thing to hang up on our stuff. And then I got this bigger Duffy in the sailor suit, because I like the fit. He's looking fine. So got 2 little Duffys on there. Duffy's my guy there. This one I picked up for somebody else. This is Lena Bell. And then the first one I got was this Oswald, the very first night that I went in there, because I love me some Oswald. And then I got this Henry. But this one is actually, because they're currently doing the Vacation Hoedown show. This was him at the Vacation Hoedown. So I thought that was a neat souvenir to bring back. And then, like I mentioned, my wife was really into the Neverland attraction, so we got these little fellas, these Lost Boys from the Neverland attraction. Not, again, as many as I could have gotten. My daughter got this one, which was a Cookie Ann. The Duffy series, they had, and Friends, they had several different things. This one, she's holding like a fall leaf, so it was like a fall series. They had a Sleepy series. They had the normal series. They had them in clothes. So, yeah, very cool. I believe, and you're going to find this shocking, that's pretty much all we bought at Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. I also got these magnets for somebody while I was there. So those are cool. But I did want to share a couple other things that we did when we were in Tokyo. One of them is that we had a family of four. And for the back half of our trip, we actually did a different day in that each of us chose how to schedule. So my son, he scheduled his day was around going shopping in an area that is known for like anime and Pokemon and that kind of stuff. It's called Akihabara. And then my day, I wanted to go to Shibuya, which is where they have the Shibuya Scramble Crossing, and they have the Nintendo Store Tokyo, and the one of the Pokemon centers is there. So that was my day. And they also have a Disney store. And I know it's like go all the way to Tokyo, stops at a Disney store. But I wanted to go, and I bought a good amount of stuff at the Disney store. My wife and I both bought these Japan Mickey and Minnie. They actually have little on the keychains, this little like yellow tab that says Japan on it, and Disney store. So we went to the Disney store and got that. But then I also got this one, which specifically shouts out Shibuya on the tag, and they're holding the little dog Hachiko, which I'm probably butchering his name, but he's the story of the dog who waited for his owner, and so they have a statue of him at the Shibuya station, and everybody stops and gets their picture there with him. So I got those, and then they had these several different types of Disney plush. So this one, they had a whole series that were this kind of like, I picked Mickey, but they had a whole series of plushes like that. And then they had another series that was they're called stands, like with a D. Stand is like the big D as in Disney. And it's just cute. It almost looks like a miniature Nuimo. I mean, it doesn't really pose too much. He just kind of stands. And so I just kind of got a Mickey representation of each of those. And then they still do Tsum Tsums. So I got this Tsum Tsum fish. And it's a little Mickey inside the fish. And then I got it's a bag, like a shopping bag that has a samurai or a sumo Baymax on it, which that's cool. And then I also got a CD, which says it has the best of the best is the name of on the CD, and everything is in Japanese on the back, so I had to kind of decipher what was in here. But it had a song from the Sinbad attraction called Compass of Your Heart, but they didn't have this one at the this one was at the Disney store, but not at Tokyo Disney. They did have these were two other things I bought at Tokyo Disney. So here's a Tokyo Disney Music from the Resort and a Disneyland soundtrack, because I don't think they did a CD of the Disneyland 70th. There is a stream of it. You can get it on Spotify and YouTube Music and all those, but I wanted to have a physical CD of the music from the 70th, because I thought that, I really enjoyed that. So I did get those CDs and then these different little stuffies. And then they had this was kind of cool. They had a gashapon machine in the one in, CD. Desi's like, they still make CDs? They do. There's something about it. There's something about a CD or vinyl that I still like to actually have and hold. I don't know if it's old school or what, but music, not just the stream, and see that like in its original format and the way that it was intended to be listened to. But they had a gashapon machine in the Disney store that was for Monsters Ride and Go Seek, which is weird. So it was an attraction one, but it wasn't in the park. It was at the Disney store. So if I can open this up without breaking it. So this is Randall hiding behind the canister, because he's hiding, like Ride and Go Seek hiding. This was not the one that I would have picked out of all of them, because there's a Mike and a Sully and a Boo and a Randall. And I think if you were to ask me which is the one I would want the least, it would have been Randall. But it's nice to get one that's from an attraction. And the fact that it was at the Disney store and not at the Disney park was kind of weird. When you go in to buy anything, they ask you if you want to buy a bag. And they ask you if you want to buy a large one or a small one. And I think that the large ones are 20 or 40 yen. I can't remember which. So the Disney store, because I like paper and plastic and things like that. I did get a bag from the Disney store. There's that. When we bought them at the resorts, here's one that's a Duffy and Friends that was it says Colorful Happiness, because it was 20 years of Duffy and Friends. And then that one was from Tokyo Disney Sea, and then this one was from Tokyo Disneyland. That was Mickey on one side and Minnie on the other side. So plastic bags, I'm going to hold on to them so they're not going into a landfill. But we did buy a couple of them. Now, we did have a reusable one with us that my wife kept pushing on me, but I was like, I want the Souvenir. We're okay. So I think that because we've been on here a while, I had some stuff from Tokyo proper that I was going to share as well. But again, this was the Shibuya stop. So I'll just do this and show you this. When we were planning our trip, we talked about going to a cafe, and the Pokemon Cafe is hard to get into. The Kirby Cafe is hard to get into. There was a Teacup Pig Cafe in one of the areas that we were going to go to, but we didn't. Nobody in the group actually wanted to commit to a cafe. They loved the idea of it. So on my day in Shibuya, I found a cafe, and it was the Disney Harvest Market Cafe. So it is a Disney cafe in Shibuya, and it was right near the train station. And we went in and had lunch. It was a beautiful little place. Let me see if I can find a picture of it to show you guys. It was a really neat, just quaint little place. So I honestly lucked upon it, and then was able to get a reservation and go in, and it was beautiful inside, and they also had souvenirs. So I bought a couple things from in there. We went to a lot of places, folks. So hang on a minute. I wonder if they use CDs more over there compared to us, to Rebecca. I don't know if they do or not. But they had a few, so I figured I might as well grab some of the things that I liked. I have a ton of CDs. I was always a collector of CDs. I love pop music in general. And but a Disney CD is a special thing. All right, so here is this cafe, the picture I took at this Disney cafe. So that's the fam sitting over there on the left, and this huge Mickey statue in the middle. And because it was kind of a harvest time, they've got this pile of pumpkins in front of it. Again, just kind of a neat little vibe in this place. They had private rooms where you could get the Mickey room. This was the Donald room. I think this one was maybe the Daisy room. This was the Goofy room. So they had little private rooms, and the doors would slide shut if you wanted to have privacy in there. I think they would seat you in there if these weren't reserved. But yeah, it was a neat place. I'm glad we got a chance to go to it. Loved the Mickey statue, and then the food. Here's what my wife got. This was a pasta dish with the little Mickey on the top. My son got this one, which was a Donald, and then you can't see the mouth on this one. Let me see if I can. Nope, just gets larger. So there was a mouth on the Donald. And then my daughter got this one, And then I got this little one here, which had the Mickey up there on it, and it was good. So this was a neat one. I bought a bag here too because it says Harvest Market on it. But that big Mickey statue, they had a plush version, and he has a little ladybug on his nose, and so I got that Mickey. They also had a CD, folks. I know you're talking about CDs. I don't know that I've ever seen this one. This is a Sherman Brothers collection. It's called the Sherman Brothers Songbook. It has 59 songs on it by the Sherman Brothers. And since Richard has passed recently, I've become more nostalgic than ever about the Sherman Brothers. So it has the Parks music and even the music from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So it's not just the Disney music, but all of the songbook of the Sherman Brothers. So why not, right? They when you sit down at the table, they have little like wipes for you. This one actually says the Harvest Market on it, so I kept it. Again, shocker. And then we bought this thing, and I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing, but it looked so cool. So it's it's like a banner, because of the Harvest Market. So it says Tokyo at the top. It says Tokyo at the top, and then it has Mickey. So we're gonna find a place in the house to hang that one up, because I don't know, it looked really cool, and seemed like something that you would only get in Japan if you were there, and it wasn't very expensive either. I don't think the price is on the bag, but I can't remember how much I paid for it. But I don't know that I looked at a lot of prices. If it was something I wanted, I just kind of bought it. You know, while I was over there, and that was fun. We went to Tokyo Skytree, and if you guys don't know what Tokyo Skytree is, it is this I think it's 650 meters maybe tall tower in Japan. You can see it from basically anywhere in Tokyo. And my daughter wanted to go there, and so we went up in the top of it, and that was on her day. So she planned that day. My wife's day, we went to the Senjoji Temple. That was cool. And then there was like pagodas, and it felt like Epcot come to life. But I was looking for a quick thing of the tower. So here's a cockeyed view outside the tower. We didn't go to the top deck, but we went to the deck that was like 450 meters up, so like 1,100 feet in the air. But they had in the Skytree, they also had a Tokyo. Here's a picture taken from the bottom of the Skytree, so that you could see it. Pretty cool. But they had a Toy Story. It just so happened they had a Toy Story 30th exhibit inside of the Skytree. So here it is for the 30th anniversary. They had on the outside the Toy Story Sky in Tokyo Skytree. It was really cute. And I got a keychain from that one because I just wanted to kind of commemorate that fact that we were there at that time. I was really into Vinylmations back in the day, and so they have a thing that I thought looked like a Mickey, but it wasn't. It was a bear. It's called Bear Brick. I don't think I've seen them anywhere else, but they had several places had them when we were over there. So I got this set right here, which is it's a Jack and Oogie, but you can see like there are like bear ears on them. So I got some blind box ones too for Star Wars and for Marvel and for Mickey and Friends of these as well. So just to show you what they are, and again, it's this little box here. It looks very much like a Vinylmation. I don't know if you can see, yeah. So you can see that they look like bears standing up. I mean, they barely look like bears. But I just saw this and I was like, that'd be really neat to have. And so I bought 3 blind boxes, one from each series. So I'll open this Mickey and Friends one up. so that we can look at one that's, I think it's a little bit smaller than that Jack and Ogie one. All right. Oh, and it's mini. Well, but thank you guys for being almost as tall as the elevator at Space 220. Yes, TSN. Yes, that's exactly what my wife said. She was like, it's like the Stellarvator was real. And it felt that way when you were going up. They actually had a lower floor that had a glass floor on it that I took a picture on. So these look like they're basically the same size as this one, like it's a one size across the board. So there's the mini. So again, they're called Bear Brick, and they had them for all kinds of things, but so it isn't like a Disney thing. I got it at the Skytree Mall, and I just felt like I wanted to get in on this a little bit as a collector. I'm not trying to get all of these as a collector, but I think just a sampling of it. This is the Star Wars blind box, just to see what was in there. The Star Wars blind box had a possibility of, I guess they're hard to see, like a Darth Vader. Yellow. Darth Vader, R2-D2, C-3PO. A standing C-3PO looks creepy. A Boba Fett. I really hope it's the Boba Fett. And then maybe a mystery one? Darth Vader. Oh, it's a TIE Fighter pilot. It's not a mystery one. It just looks dark. Boba Fett. Let's have Boba Fett. And it's R2-D2. Of course it is. It's the one that I said looked the weirdest. So there he is, a standing like a bear R2-D2. So, oh, look at that little pot belly he's got. Oh. Anyway, so those are those things, Bear Brick, and I felt like I needed to grab onto those. I think we'll wrap that up there. Like I said, what I plan on trying to do is a couple of different videos that we'll just put together. Won't necessarily be live, but I wanted to download this with you guys because you guys, a lot of people asked me about the trip when I was there, and I was gone for 2 weeks, and hopefully you guys still enjoy the content we had. We still dropped the Look on the Plus Side videos, and this Sunday will be our first Park Adventurers Club in 3 weeks, and so hopefully you guys will join us at 8:30 on Sunday night for the Park Adventurers Club. And we'll come back and watch some of these videos that we'll put out. So I'm going to plan on doing one that's just basically about how to plan a trip for Tokyo, or how I did. Everybody's got a way. Again, Desi I saw was on here. Desi took a trip to Japan. I would just basically tell you the things that I learned on my trip, and kind of encapsulate all that, and then talk about Disneyland Park, Tokyo Disney Sea Park, and then also each of the individual towns that we went on our day excursions, and hopefully you guys will find that interesting and enjoy it. One other thing that we did while we were there is at the train stations. I'm gonna butcher this. I don't know if it's an Ikai stamp or an Eki stamp. I think it's Ikai stamp. My wife had us all get these books because she had read about this, where you could go in the train station and get a stamp in your books. So we have a couple of stamps from some of the train stations that we stopped at along the way. We'll talk about that on the videos as well. Any questions you guys have about what we did, just Deji said, I'm lucky to be married to a travel agent. I think my wife thinks I'm a travel agent because I planned the entire trip. She just worried about the things that we were going to pack, and I basically tried to worry about everything else for the trip. And so we booked hotel and flights and buying park tickets and working our way through the parks. And that's kind of, again, some of the stuff I'll talk about when I drop some videos on that stuff. But it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to be able to go. We just got back, like I said, last night at midnight. So this is all really fresh, but I want to share as much as possible. So if you guys have questions about our trip, again, I know this is not unique for anybody to have gone. It's unique for me, and I want to kind of share my thoughts and what happened along the way. So thank you guys for joining. Sorry this one ran long. Normally we try to do these as just like, an hour, but it felt like, there was a lot of stuff to cover. Like I said, there's still a bunch of stuff I have sitting around me that was from other places in the atmosphere from Tokyo that weren't Disney, that we'll talk about on other stuff. The last thing I will show you, though, is now that I found it, is something that our friend Annie found and I tracked down, is a ticket book from Tokyo Disney, because their monorail you have to buy tickets for, and so it's a book where you can put them in each of your individual tickets. I bought individual tickets every day so that I would have a different one-day ticket. You can buy a 4-day ticket, but I wanted to have different tickets. So for the 5 times we went, I have 5 different looks that I'm going to put in my little book here, and it'll be able to fill it out. And then I also bought these, which are postcards, which have the 2 parks from Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. So, anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I again hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you're going to see Tron, don't tell me about it. I'm not going until next Saturday, so no spoilers. And then join us Sunday night at 8:30 for another Park Adventurers Club. And big shout out and thank you so much to our pack. I appreciate all of you guys who are our Park Adventurers Club members. Here's a look at who our Zebra, Mezzanine, and Treasure Room folks are. So thank you guys for being supporting the channel, and thank you everyone for being here tonight that supports the channel. Give us the thumbs up. Sorry for being a little blurry at the beginning, and like I said, I just got back and was trying to set up all this stuff and be able to show you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. But have a great weekend. Come back and see us for the Park Adventures Club Sunday night at 8:30. It'll be me, and I think Patrick and Shannon will be on as well. So we would love to have you. And but make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to tell a friend, and make sure to have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.